Okay, you are small. I get it. All right, you're right. Your face showed it to be different, though. That's what I was saying. But you know it too, because you was already saying it.
I don't want my face is round.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me lay her down. She knocked out. Oh. Let me clear my throat. Where you going? Hey. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's see where we are. Let's see where we are with this. Okay. 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 Run it back. Ooh, ooh. You got it. A glamorous life. Oh, so y'all don't know about that. I was this little small boy, but I still remember that. I was like a little 8-year-old boy jamming to that track all day, every day. Yo MTV Raps from the Philly Crusaders, the Philly Boys back in the day. Cool C, Steady B in the gang. The good old days when rap was relevant. All right. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. We are here, we are here, we are here. This is a Father's Day week. Yes, it is a Father's Day week. Uh, Look, I was just going through like my wardrobe hangers passing by, and I look up top. I'm like, you know what? I got a whole stack of outfits that I've never worn a day in my life from my own company that I'm still, regardless of how many board members, I'm still the president. But I took this. It has matching pants. We do the best top tier cashmere for our clothing. Nobody touches us as far as our quality. I don't like really putting my company out there because apparently, well, let's not get into that. But anyway, this right here, oh man, if you look, it goes down to about knee length. You got the cuffs there, but you got the symbols on the outside to show you that the cuffs are not supposed to be bent back. But we got a special guest tonight, and I don't mean those who are on the request line. I mean because she is not going to let me sleep. Get over here. Excuse me. I'm talking about me sleep. She will not sleep. Gave her bath, fed you twice, gave you some food, mashed up carrots, some water, and your breast milk. But she's being quiet, so as long as she's behaving, we're good. All right, let's get into it, man. The YouTube ain't going live for whatever reason, but I'm not even going to stress it right now. Anyway, let's get into it. All right, I'm sure y'all seen the post. This is what we're talking about. On this Father's Day week, which is pretty much of my lifestyle, every day is Father's Day, just the way it's Mother's Day. But we're going to attend to the way that the world want to look at things. Well, yeah, you wrote me a letter, even though your mommy wrote it for you and took your hand and made you sign it. So officially, my daughter wrote me her first Father's Day letter at the age of 6 months old. You just turned 6 months just last week. Congratulations. So with that, the title of this is, how has Father's Day shown the difference between African Americans and African men? African American men, Black American, whatever way you want to verse it, versus African men. And why do I say this? We had a picture going around on a Twitter space that involved a father of a young daughter wearing a pink ballerina dress, and particularly that was all that was meant to be seen. And in the post, I also recognized that the one who was posting wasn't the person in the picture, but it was believed to be the mother of the child. which was the baby mama of the brother who was in the photo. And black women were cheering this on. I mean, you had comments that went as far as, there's nothing wrong with that. A man putting on a dress for his daughter. It's not only if something not wrong with that, but what if that man had a son? Or even if he doesn't have a son, what does that tell other little boys? That it's okay not to be a masculine man and be feminine and dress that way. But again, you had women giving praise all day. But the one thing I noticed, it was black women. And maybe even some white women, because, hey, they're not going to tell you what it is that you need to be doing in the first place. And I'm not talking about all, but I'm talking about the ones that we know that go trolling on our sites, on our posts. We get them every day. But let's stick to us. If that was an African man, how would African sisters react? Would it be with the same praise, or would it be with vitriol? The way that the woman will react determines what type of men that they have. You see, in 2022, in the black community, you're praised to be a feminine man. But if you're masculine, you're called toxic. Once again, if you're feminine and show it to be and dress that way, you're praised by the very women that birth you. But if you're masculine and always in your masculinity, you're toxic. So in retrospect, when these are the women who are raising the men, what can you expect the men to turn out to be? You see, we could play the tough guy role. We could throw tattoos all over our bodies. We could be aggressive towards men. Most men are. But when it comes to show your true masculinity, which is by the way that you raise your children, we fell. We fell dramatically. We've come to a point where we've been made to be afraid to show our own children that it's not just okay, but it's a point of righteousness to promote true masculinity in men. This Father's Day is just another example of what's been there for some time now. If you look at the continent, not only is this frowned upon, in some countries, people could be thrown in jail just for cross-dressing. They make it a point, the majority of Africa make it a point to make sure their men are masculine and they walk in that. Let's forget all the pros and cons that we continue to argue about. Oh, your country this or that country that. Let's forget about all that just for one moment. Just for one moment, let's forget about it. When it comes to being raised to be a masculine man, are you getting that in the black community in America versus what you get over on the continent of Africa? Because best believe, you start promoting that stuff over there, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get kicked out of your family. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be looked down and frowned upon. You lose nothing but respect in the community. People don't want to hire you because they have standards. And we've come to a point in America where we have no standards. When you are trying to show that you have standards and moral values, it's looked at as bad. Woe to he that says evil is good and good is evil. And that's where we are, and that's where we've been at for some time. Black men in America, and I'm not talking about all, there's no such thing as all anybody. There's no such thing as all anybody. But the majority of black men today that are being raised by single mothers are not masculine. And if they do show it to be, it's an on and off switch. Because you can't be masculine and make it a point to go put on a dress and say, I'm doing it for my daughter. Your daughter because of age. You're supposed to be the type of man that you want your daughter to marry. The way that I raise my children, my sons need to look at me. That's the type of man that I want to be. My daughters, that's a man like my father that I want to marry. Do you think that in 10, 20 years, whatever one of my daughters come to me and say, Dad, this is the man that I want to marry, and I see this guy posting up on Twitter or whatever space that is popping at that time, and he's wearing dresses? Nah, it wouldn't happen. You'd be disowned. You'd be disowned, or you need to have a change of thought and a change of mind. But you see, we're afraid to put these standards down. We're afraid to set barriers because we think that the overall society, which is not really, we really just talk about America. Because outside of America, most people don't act this way in the first place. But to a lot of people, America is the world. They believe that whatever America does, the whole world is doing it. But these are the same people that have never been outside of their own goddamn city, let alone state. Unlearned, uneducated, untraveled. But again, let's stick to it. Let's stick to the topic. Black men, the majority of black men today in America are not anywhere close to being as masculine as the brothers in Africa. There, I said it. And the ball over there. She having a ball by herself, so until she start complaining, I'm okay. Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Now you're gonna start to play. Then take it forward. All right, come on. Lay on here. Be chasing you around. All right. Good evening.
Good evening.
What's your name? Who's calling?
Azonta.
Azonta.
Yes.
Ain't there a song called Azonta?
Eh?
Ain't there a song with that title?
No.
Azonto.
Okay, it has Azonto. This my name is Azonto.
Almost, but close, close. Who sang that song?
Wizkid sang it.
Who?
Wizkid.
Who?
Wizkid from Nigeria.
Whiskey. Okay, I think I heard of him, but I'm not familiar. But I remember the song. Anyway, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good evening.
All right, what you got for me? What you got for me on the topic?
Okay. You were talking about African men and African American men and how
That's what we're talking about. But we're talking about it for a specific purpose.
How Father's Day affects them, right?
Yeah, let me make it a little more clear, which I guess you already got. This is disturbing me. Hold on. This damn YouTube. I was trying to get it to go live, but let me zoom out of that. All right. So this week, on Father's Day, you had a post. It wasn't like abnormal or anything, but this happens a lot, that we've come accustomed to Black American men putting on dresses for whatever purpose, whether it's for fashion or now for your children to make them smile. So now we have our men walking around in dresses and they're being praised for showing this feminine way that they believe a man should be, but they're being praised by the very Black women. And the majority of these Black women are the very women that always complain about Black men. How Black men ain't this, Black men ain't that, Black men need to step up. But they hate the masculine man, but they praise the feminine one. Now, they don't see this backwards, but let's get into it. Now, I'm going to ask you, Azonta, right?
Yes.
If you had your men back there in West Africa parading around in dresses, or even making posters on Twitter, Facebook, whatever it may be, and showing them in women's dresses, what would be the reaction?
Okay. Literally now, this actually happens here in Nigeria because we have a famous celebrity called Bobrisky, James Brown.
Yeah, Bobrisky. I already know that.
They are
And
cross-dressers.
yeah, my believe it or not, my ex-girl Abby or Laura, she actually did a video about Bobrisky about 4 years back, and it was a viral video. So when she went viral, that's how I found out about the Bobrisky thing or whatever. And now that's like an anomaly. And you get people who threaten this man's life and want to kill. Yeah, I've seen all that. But is he still alive?
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't heard his name like in
It's
4 or 5 years.
is it a she or a he? But the
Is it
person
he?
that, okay, I don't know, but he's even trending more than the female or even the male celebrities, and
And
we're
go
also
ahead.
getting more from her because we have other ones like James Brown. James Brown did not get was not a celebrity when he was a male, but now he's a cross dresser. He's now a celebrity. People like him because of the way he's dressing, and mostly from the female gender. Even
From the
Bobrisky.
female gender.
Yes,
So
even
now you're telling me
Bobrisky.
even the African women are praising the men to become feminine.
Yes. Even Bobrisky. She's been praised by, in fact, she doesn't really like,
It's
I
a
met,
he, not a she.
okay, sorry. I'm used to calling her a she. Anyway, even Bobrisky, his best friend, was stoned to decay because she doesn't like let them call her a man. She's always angry about that. I think there was a time someone commented on her post and called her brother. She was very angry. So guys started blacks started saying things about her, but the female gender were supporting her. So I feel that she didn't make it as a male, but she became a female and she's making it. So she's just happy in where she is now.
So how do the men over there feel about it?
They feel irritated now. It's very irritating because there was a particular time my father did um his birthday party. She did not go there as a female. She actually dressed to the party as a male
Yeah, but I'm saying like
because the
give me
father will not
specifics
even
like how the
agree.
men.
The father told her that he did not give birth to a girl. He gave birth to a guy. So she should come as the way he gave birth to her. So that's why she went there as a guy.
All right, so the men are not supporting it.
Yeah. Not like all the women are supporting it, but majority are.
Yeah, no, I know the younger ones, the teenagers.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it. When we talk about women, let's make the difference right here though, because I know enough. I know enough about Nigeria, living there, and still having my connections there, still living there. But to know that there's a difference between the women who've been around for a bit in their late 20s, 30s, 40s, and up, versus the teenagers are just coming up in the social media age.
Yeah.
So I would say that the younger ones who are coming up in the social media age are being programmed to accept, you know, the worst of the worst. That those pretty much, like I said, 20, 30, 40 years old, they're not going to be accepting to this. Am I correct?
Yes, you are correct.
All right. So at least we could say that the women in West Africa, the woman and not the girls, the women are against it.
Yeah.
But you have more and more of some of the girls coming out in support of it.
Yes, the girls are even looking up to him, Abiha.
And this is what I also say. I said that in 10 years, it's going to be a big change in this world. This world is going to see one of the most dramatic changes it has ever seen. There's going to be a lot of things involved with it. But one of the things that will be involved is what we're talking about today, is that even in Africa, a lot of the younger ones who are under the age of 20 are going to find themselves in a bad predicament in life for the way that they follow a lot of people in the West. And what I always ask myself, if you see people in the West living a certain way and having a certain outcome, and the outcome is always bad, you get people winding up in their 40s single for life, but no ability to get a man or keep a man. Why would y'all, as the younger generation, want to follow that behavior pattern?
Because according to them now, she's actually intimidating with their wealth. So to me, in the young mind without maturity, what they just feel now is fashion, going out, having flags and all that. They don't see to the future of marriage right now. So that's why Bobrisky is even influencing most of them because of a lavish lifestyle.
lavish lifestyle that because of the behavior pattern, they're not even going to be able to live. But that's the thing. That's we gotta have a show about that, for the chasing of riches or whatever, because it always leads to poverty. And even I know that because I'm more mature enough to know. But when people chase or run after celebrities who are wealthy and they praise them for their wealth and want to imitate their ways, they are the ones who always wind up in poverty because they accomplish nothing for themselves. I always said this: if you're busy talking about celebrities and what they have, that means you're not busy enough to make it all happen for yourself. To me, that's schoolgirl stuff or schoolboys. When you're in middle school, high school, you talk about that. When you become an adult, those conversations shouldn't even be on your tongue. You should be out and about planning for your future ahead. But like you said, these young girls are not worrying about that. And the result is going to be the same that we've already seen here. So it's like America, when it comes to the black community, is a prerequisite to what's going to happen elsewhere with black people. Because no matter what we do here in Black America, no matter if it's good or bad, people follow us. I mean, that's the truth. We influence the world. I get that. But unfortunately, we don't influence enough good because the bad get picked up and promoted through the media that we don't own. So I don't know, I guess in keeping with it, that we can agree that, like you said, it's not being praised by everybody, but just the younger girls.
Yeah.
What about the young boys? What do they have to say?
The young boys, they still get irritated by it because anytime she just comments that she's a girl, they like attacks from different places, social media. They're always like, "You don't. What do you think you are? Do you think you're a girl? Do you think you're a girl? You're actually a guy." So like, I don't feel that the guys are even happy with it too because both the old and the young, they don't feel comfortable with it. I feel they're still irritated by it. She has lots of supporters from females.
All right, let's forget the Bobrisky thing for a second. But I'm talking about just individually, as a people, as a group, whatever. Like if you brought a man home and your father knew that this man promoted himself on social media wearing a dress here and there, what would your father say?
My father, we actually talk against it. He doesn't really support those kind of things. I've never really seen an African man supporting cross dressing.
Hmm. So do you think it's okay to cross dress at any given time,
No, it's
in
not.
any circumstance?
I don't feel it's
Hmm?
okay. No.
Okay, so the picture I posted, like I said earlier, was of one of our brothers who cross-dressed for the benefit, claiming the benefit of his daughter to make his daughter smile. But my question is, does it take you being a man and put on a dress to make your daughter smile? I really don't understand that.
It's not really acceptable. I don't really feel comfortable with it at all.
Who do you? How do you look at Black American men? Let me ask you that. You can be truthful with me. Ain't nobody gonna eviscerate you here.
No, I feel that Black American men are actually, they have this very close relationship with their children. Like,
With their children, which is true.
yes, because it is what we Africans actually wish for. Like when the relationship between a father and a daughter in America is actually stronger than that in Nigeria because you feel that the father knows everything about the child. He has intimate in like conversation with the child. He always knows about her emotions and everything. He tries to get to her and he's very soft. It's just like the father behaves like the feminine in the relationship because that's what the females do. They actually get to know about your emotions and everything. But in Nigeria, the men are actually very harsh. So like fathers are actually very, very harsh here. So like that relationship is not really built. That's why in Nigeria, Mother's Day is actually more acknowledged than Father's Day.
Mother's Day is what?
Mother's Day is actually more acknowledged than Father's Day.
But all right, I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a second. Saying everything you're saying is correct. Their the father's harshness towards their daughters was for a purpose to keep them in line, not to be their best friend.
Yeah. It's actually to keep them in line, but like we Nigerians, I feel that maybe we just misunderstand that. Like that is too harsh, this kind of thing. It makes them drift apart, and when you start drifting apart from when you are young, you can't be very close when you are older now because you
I'm
feel
going to
like
be harsh with, I'm harsh with all my children,
Hmm?
but I'm harsh once they get a certain age. When they're young, they love me to death because I'm everything to them. But when but depending on the
70% of
personality,
Nigerian children
huh?
are almost they are very close to their mothers because of that relationship. The
But that's not a
mother,
good thing. That's not a good thing. That is not a good thing. It's not a good thing for the boys to be of age and still link the way they are to their mothers. And a lot of reason that is, you got to understand that a lot of reason for that is because a lot of the mothers are single. I don't know if you heard this or not, but speak about this in a lot of videos. The difference between children being born there, the majority are born in wedlock. More than 80% and above, in some statistics, 88% of children in Black America are born out of wedlock. So that means if you're born out of wedlock, you don't have the father in the home. So if the father is not in the home, oh, you're slobbing all over me. If the father's not in a home, he's more likely to gravitate to what? His mother. And see his mother as the male figure and the mother figure, the father and the mother figure. That's not a good thing because you don't have an example being set before you how it is to be a man, how it is to act, how it is to make decisions, what type of wife to look for, how to go about building an empire, building a family. But I'm getting a little tongue twisted, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that you're looking at it like it's a good thing, but it's not a good thing. Because if it was a good thing, why is the Black community in shambles? That's what I'm saying. Do y'all want to be the same way?
no, it's actually not. No, we don't want to.
So what I'm saying is there's negative and positive in both parties. There's negative things with Black Americans as it is with Africans. What I'm saying is that we don't take the time to sit down and see what are the morally correct ways about the other culture that we could take on and we can adapt to ourselves. Because we once had the same culture, because when we came out of slavery, we were still Africans pretty much before we became Black Americans. We were still Africans. We descended from Africans from the West Coast. So we still carry that culture down to a certain point, mainly up to the 50s, 60s, and 70s. But before that, the same standards that y'all have, we had those. We lost those. So what I'm saying, if we lost it and you see what we're like, and you continue down that path, or y'all look to go down that path, it's going to be the same result. It's already hard enough in this world. Do you ever want to be married yourself?
Yes, I want to marry.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
21?
Mm.
You said 21?
Yes.
What do you do for a living? Student?
Yes, I'm a student.
What you take up? What do you take up?
Biomedical technology.
See, I was going to guess that. All you got to do is watch a few videos and you'll know why. So, at what age would you like to be married?
Like 23.
So in 2 years.
Yeah.
All right, you have anybody in mind? Or you got to go searching?
No, I'm gotta go searching.
Why you keep looking off to the left? What's going on over there? Huh?
Nothing.
What's going on over there?
Nothing.
Now you got me being nosy.
Nothing.
You ain't been held hostage, are you? You're not being held hostage, are you?
No.
All right, you still live with mom and dad?
Yes.
All right. How many kids would you like to have?
3.
3. What type of lifestyle do you consider, do you think is possible or very probable for you to have?
Lifestyle like how?
lower middle class, upper class, rich, elite.
He's rich now, rich, upper class.
So how are you going to accomplish that? You have to have a man that's rich, right?
Mm,
Right?
yes.
So how are you going to accomplish that?
Am I gonna what?
Accomplish that.
I don't know. I don't even know. Like right now, I'm single. I don't know.
I mean, you got to have a plan.
Okay,
You're telling me your future, but where's the
okay.
plan?
Guy
Huh?
looking for a husband.
I can't hear you.
Is it my plan of looking for a husband?
What is your plan? How do you plan to attract a rich 1% man?
I don't know. Like I'm in school now. Like different things happen in school. We have different places in Port Harcourt, so obviously,
You're going to find him in school?
yes, obviously, I'm going to find them in Port Harcourt now. I'm going to go out.
So
I'm
he's
going
going to
to.
be taking a biometric too?
Hmm?
He's going to be taking a biometric too? You said you're going to find him in school. So if you
Yes,
find him in,
maybe not in my school, but maybe around my school area or my city because I'm mostly in schools
so
and
he'll be a
schools
student
have
too?
sir.
You're speaking of another student?
No, no, I did not really say students. It may not be in my school, but in my state, my
Oh,
school.
you're just talking about a man passing by, or maybe a man who works there, or something like that.
I will go out now. I will explore. I will go to places. So like I don't really know. I will go to places. Maybe I will see him where I will go to. So like different things can happen. You
What's
cannot
the
really
difference
definitely
between
have. I cannot really definitely have a particular plan on how to meet my husband.
what's the difference in the desires and the wants of an elite rich man versus normal, everyday, middle to lower class male?
The
What's the
difference.
difference? What would the type of man you said you plan on marrying? What would they want from a woman? What do they demand? Let me rephrase that. What do they
Cultured
demand from a wife?
and someone that's cultured, dedicated,
Someone
decent,
that's what?
cultured, dedicated, and
Cultured
decent.
meaning what? Knows a lot of things, but not a lot of things.
No, now cultured as in, like having she's decent, like good character,
All right, go ahead. What else?
and someone that is decent now that can dress very nice,
What else?
educated. I'm educated. Like I have those characteristics.
Guess what? Rich men don't care about your education. What else?
I thought. Okay.
Hmm?
Um, I don't know. Should be decent. Should be cultured. Okay, I felt that education was among though, but that's just it.
You're skipping almost over everything that rich men would demand from a wife. You're
What's
telling
that?
everything that the average man would demand, but you're not telling me anything that a rich man would demand.
I don't know. Can you please educate me? I don't know.
Yeah, let me educate you real quickly. If you're talking about a rich man who was like the 1%ers that I call them, 1% the elite class, you're talking about men who want trophy wives, wives who are the best looking on the face of the earth. Secondly, these women have to be submissive. Thirdly, these women can't have a lot of talk back. Fourthly, they don't really care about
Wait,
their
wait, can you
education.
excuse me? They will have a lot of what?
Talk back, meaning they can follow instruction without giving a lot of. Go ahead.
No, you can continue. I was just trying to get what you tried to say.
They want women who understand how to cooperate, how to take instruction and run with it and not question it. So rich elite men normally do not go for well-educated women because well-educated women tend to think they know it all, that they know a lot more than what they truly do know. So you wanted me to educate you. If you take let's forget the celebrity world. Let's look at everyday life. In everyday life, men who are highly productive, meaning, I'm trying to, the exchange rate. I'm gonna say who make about 100 million naira or more. There are men like that in Nigeria, and they would be considered rich, right?
Yes.
So 100 million naira or more, which is like Now, don't get me to do the math. I just know 1 million is like $2,700. So $100 million naira or more, man. They're there, but it's something also that you might have to do. A lot of these. Oh, sorry, I'm getting off track. I was saying that these men, if you look at them, their wives are not highly educated. Their wives are not these PhDs, have these master degrees. They don't have any of that. A lot of their wives that they choose come from humble homes. Some poverty, some humble, some middle class. They normally do not choose women who seek out education first. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And another reason for that, like I said, women who seek education tend to have an overestimation about themselves. Even when I ask you, what would that type of man want? You're talking about education. You will not find, why would he need your education if he's already a millionaire? What can he do with your education?
Awareness now. I'm aware.
Huh?
Awareness now. Or don't you? Won't I work? Won't I work with my education?
Your education will be absolutely worthless to him. He can't do anything with it. The only
Why?
thing that it can do is get in the way. Because your ego get built off that. I'm just being realistic. You ask me, that's the answer. You talk to rich men, they would tell you the same thing. Now, if you would have said middle to upper class, I'd have been like, okay, no problem with that. Y'all both could work together, become rich in a 10-year span. What's wrong with that lifestyle?
Nothing is wrong now. But is there anything wrong
All
with
right,
me
so what?
seeing myself getting married
Why
to
are
a
you
rich man?
why are you focusing on the one type that is not likely to happen? And it's not, I'm not saying, no, I'm not saying it's because of you. I'm saying because those men are very few on the face of this earth. There are very few men like that. And if there are very few men like that, guess what? Every type of woman on the earth wants them. We're not just talking about Nigeria, Ghana, anything. We're talking about every type of woman on the face of the earth wants them. So if you got 100,000 women seeking one man, you got to go to bat with almost another 100,000 women just to compete. It's not an easy thing to do. That's why young ladies, especially young ladies being your age, y'all got to look at what's more realistic in life. We already started this show talking about social media and how to influence this, that, and the other. You got to social media influencing you, thinking that, okay, that lifestyle is yours. It doesn't work that way in life. The best way to go about life was to seek out what's more probable. What do I know I can get by percentage-wise? There's a such and such. There's like 0.1% chance that you'll marry a filthy rich elite man, unless you find yourself an old, decrepit 90-year-old man who's about to kick the bucket. Then you can pull that off, and you may be able to do it. Hey, maybe that's your plan that you really want to tell me. I don't know. So, but on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give yourself as far as looks?
I'm not that tall, though, so I don't know.
I said on a scale of 1 to 10, facial looks, what do you give yourself? Yeah, that little round Nigerian head. Go ahead. Like, no, go ahead.
This camera is not doing justice to my beauty.
Man,
Anyway,
sister, answer the question.
I'm coming. I'm just trying to state a fact.
You
Okay,
trying to
let's say
set it up?
7. Yeah,
A what?
7.
A 7?
Yeah.
All right, you were saying something about your height. How tall are you actually? She knocked out.
I don't know. 6 feet. I'm not really that tall.
How tall?
6 feet, then extra.
No, you're not 6 feet, sister. If you said you're not that tall, you said you were short, right?
See, we don't really check. I don't know my height. Like, to be sincere, I don't know my height.
But you're not that tall.
Yeah.
So let's say about 5'5". I'm
And
6 feet tall.
Who is 6 feet tall?
I'm 6 feet tall.
Okay, no, no, no. I'm not as tall as you are.
I know you're not as tall as me because not many women on this face of the earth are.
I'm small, and I'm small too. I'm not really big.
So you're not wide, you're petite.
Yeah.
Your face makes you look like you got like a nice I guess like say full body.
Maybe
Stand
it's
up for
just.
me for a second.
Huh?
Stand up for me. Camera, let me see the camera go down. Okay, you are small. I get it. All right, you're right. Your face showed it to be different though. That's what I was saying, but you know it too because you was already saying it.
Maybe I don't know. Where's my face is round.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me lay her down. She knocked out. Oh. All right, we back. All right.
I was
So
saying my face is round. I don't know. Maybe it's just.
no, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that look. You look a bit like Foxy Brown. You know Foxy Brown, the rapper from New York?
Nope.
All right, when we get off this call, you get a chance. Google Foxy Brown, um, rapper from New York. I think she's actually from Nigeria too, if I'm not mistaken. I think her parents immigrated over to the U.S. in New York City, and yeah, I'm sure she's from Nigeria. But anyway, you remind me of her. But let me ask you this personal question: is that your natural hair?
No.
How often do you wear your natural hair?
I don't really wear it like that. It's short.
It's short. Why not just braid it and let it grow?
The growth is very slow.
Why not get locks and get
I
it
don't like.
treated?
I don't like locked hair. It's not fine.
A lot of African women don't like locks. They always say that people going to mistake y'all from being Rastas.
Yes. And anyway, I don't know
Yeah, I
why.
know. I know. Trust me. I know. So I had to talk my wife into one of my wives into it to put locks in her head, and she's supposed to go this week to get it started. So she finally agreed. But yeah, I get it. But the reason why I say that is because men of a certain caliber, they prefer their woman to wear their own natural hair. Even you having the type of face you had. No, seriously. If you look, I could give you some pictures, but we're on Twitter and not YouTube or anything. If I was, I could give you pictures with females with the same type of shaped head who wear their hair shorts and look beautiful.
Should I show you my hair?
Huh?
Should I show you my hair?
You what?
Should I show you my hair?
Go ahead.
Okay. See my hair?
So you got to braid it up.
It's natural braid.
You look better like that.
No, I pray.
And it ain't so short that you can't braid it. So I don't see what the problem is. See, you see, your mother should be gaming you up on your fashion tips. And I know she ain't the fashionist or anything. She's probably old school. But if not her, you have any sisters?
Yep, I have a sister.
Older?
Yes, I have an older sister.
How old?
She's 1 year older than me.
All right. But still, she, your auntie, or somebody should be hipping you up. What y'all gotta start doing is this. The type of men that y'all want, y'all gotta start looking at the type of women they with.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
The type of I'm gonna say something honest. I hope I don't offend nobody that with me. Like they could take it or whatever. They probably already know this. If I decided to go out and cheat on anybody that, I have. In all likelihood, they are not going to look anything like my wife.
Why?
In all likelihood, they're going to be women who don't wear their own hair, who wear weaves and wigs. Men have a certain type that we sleep with, and we have a certain type that we marry.
Yep.
When you took your head off, your wig off, you're the type of woman that a lot of men would marry. But when you put the hair back on, it turns into the type of woman that a lot of men would sleep with. You get what I'm saying?
When I'm not on my hair, I look very
Huh?
small. No, when I'm not on this hair, I look very small.
Don't matter. But I'm telling you, you're going to have to find a hairstyle that fits you with your natural hair. Listen, I'm trying to get you the best type of man possible. So I'm trying to give you the tips that will help you do so. Find a hairstyle that fits you naturally. Go to the hair salon. Look at the pictures that they have up on there. Ask the hairstylist, hey, I'm thinking about wearing my hair natural over the next few years of my life. What would you prescribe? What hairstyle would you prescribe for my face, for my shape? Every woman on the face of the earth, all women have a particular hairstyle, natural hairstyle that fits their face. That goes for everybody. You just got to find yours. And that's why you go get a primary hairstylist that'll work with you for now to infinity. You get me?
Yep, sir.
All right, before we finish this up, let's touch back on why we're here in the first place. If you had the option to marry an African man versus a Black American man, which one would you marry and why?
Black American.
A Black American? Huh? Tell me why.
I don't know. I just like them.
Huh?
I like Black American guys.
What you know about us? What do you know about us?
I don't know. I just know they're very sweet and cool. Sweet.
Huh?
I know their character they're very cool, sweet. I don't really know much about Black American guys. I just know that they are just nice and very romantic too.
Well, I don't know about the romantic part because my wife said the same thing about me. The one up here, she thought I was romantic.
Eh?
Said a lot of women thought I was romantic. I'm really not. I'm in my own way when I want to be. Listen, men, we are not as romantic as the TV makes us out to be. We get romantic at the times that we need to. When we break your heart, when we get caught doing something we ain't supposed to, or anniversary, birthday, stuff like that. We'll do a lot of romantic things for you then. But I don't want you to get infatuated with what you see on TV and think it's like an everyday thing. It's just not realistic. Get what you get me?
Okay, I'm seriously being moved by what I see on TV.
Oh, trust me.
That's
If
why
I'm lying to you, somebody tell you differently. But believe me, I don't have any reason to lie. I say we already went over your future plans, but there are many types of people just like anywhere on earth. In Black America, you have the lower class, you have the lower middle, the middle class, upper middle class, upper class, rich, and the rich elite. So it all depends on what type of man you get involved with if you're going to mess with a Black American. But I would say to you, don't get involved with anybody who's not at least middle class. Let them be at least middle class. And middle class in America is making above $50,000. As long as he himself is making at least, depending on where he at it too. I mean, you can't be in California making 50,000. But whatever state he's from, look it up, Google it, and see what the middle income is for that region. But you do that, you take your biometric certificate, put it to use, y'all could work together and make a beautiful life together. Everything don't have to be chasing after rich, wealthy people. Life ain't what it seems when you see it on TV and social media. Just not. You get me? And if you get a brother that's, in your own country that come at you, he has a lot to offer, decent character, ability to provide for himself and a family. They are the things that you're supposed to be looking for anyway. Yeah, she got a network issue out. Let's see if we get her back. If not, it was just about complete with Azanta. I gotta look that. If I look it up and play it, I get a lot of nonsense from Twitter talking about, oh, so we remove your video because of copyrights. I don't even know what that they're talking about at the time. All right, we about to finish up here, so just hold on. Let's get her back in here so we could do a proper send off. You back?
Yep.
All right, before I send you off, I was telling you that the things you need to be looking for doesn't, if you like Black Americans, it's fine. But if you like Black Americans, you should also like Africans, which I'm sure you do. The thing is to look for a man who is a provider, a leader, and he's productive. He's proven that he could be a leader. He's proven that he can provide for himself and beyond that. And he's very protective. Get what I'm saying? You got a lot. You got something else. You got something else going on over there. You ain't gonna tell me what it is?
No, don't worry. I'm here with you. I'm here with you.
So you ain't gonna tell me what it is?
No, don't worry. It's not necessary. It's not very important.
I'm curious. When I hang out with you, DM me and tell me what was going on.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So Azanta, we got you. We got your feedback, and I appreciate it. You've been a wonderful guest. It's been fun. I appreciate your time spent. All
Thank
right.
you very much. I actually enjoyed myself too.
Say that again.
I said thank you. I actually enjoyed myself too.
Oh, okay. You're welcome back. We're gonna have you back on the show. Different topic, but we're definitely gonna have you back on the show. I wish you was here last Friday when the show was about why y'all guys, y'all ladies, should be treating your love life like it was a business that you ran. Oh, you would have been fun. You would have been fun for that show. We had a great show though. We had a great show. I think we had 3 girls that came on, but it was a 2-hour plus show. It was great. You would have been great for that show. So next time I have a subject like that, I'm gonna give you a holler. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Don't forget to DM me. All right.
Yes, I will.
All right. Have a good night.
Good night too.
All right. Good night. Guys. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful interview. Anyway, to sum it up, it basically comes down to this. And she talked about the Bro Brisky thing. Like I said, I had one of my exes, when I was living in Nigeria, just not long ago, went viral for crying about Bro Brisky. And I had to check her ass. I really had to check her ass like, Abby, I don't believe you're doing this. And her being young and dumb, she's all crying because people was going at this dude. And it infuriated me, to say the least. We broke up not long after that. But anyway, it comes down to this. When it's Black Americans, we got our women praising men who are presenting themselves with any type of femininity. As long as you can show yourself not to be too masculine, doesn't matter what you look like, how tough you look, as long as you can show yourself to be not too masculine and shows that girly behavior, that feminine behavior, we'll praise you. But the minute you step up and act just like a man that God made you to be, we're going to eviscerate you. We're going to shame you. We're going to insult you. We're going to make you feel guilt. Shame, insults, guilt. That's what women do. That's what they do. But then you go to the backside. And as the sister was just telling about what's going on in West Africa, and they got 2 cross-dressing celebrities there. The generation of women She said not all, but some are the ones making these people famous. But it's shunned by the women who are to the mid to the later 20s and up. And it's shunned by just about all the men and boys. So you get this fraction of people that praise this, and it only does one or two things. It spread like wildfire or it dies out. And nobody knows which one it's going to be. But all I'm saying, this is not to put brother against brother. I just wanted to get some insight to speak about it. I think we as black men, regardless of where we're from, at no particular time should we feel like there's an on and off switch when it comes to our masculinity. I'd make my daughter smile every day. Make her smile every single day. Make her crack up laughing. She can't wait to wake up and see me. Never once have I had to shut off my masculinity, because it's not even possible with me. Even if I wanted to, it wouldn't be possible. So I don't take those excuses. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you enjoyed the interview. You know, we do this every single Friday at 8 p.m. But this Friday, we might start earlier, 6 p.m. like we did tonight. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But just stay tuned. You'll see a post early in the day to let you know the start time. If not 6, it'll go back to 8 o'clock. But I don't know. I don't like getting up until late. I don't even wake up to about 11, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. By the time I mess around with her all day. But all right. Anyway, I'm babbling. I'm just babbling on. All right. Hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure you share this with a friend. Make sure you tell a family member. Make sure you do it all. Share it on your social media. Cut it up. Do what you want with it. But again, this is now the Marrying African show. It's from Marrying Ghana to Marrying Africa. Not Pan-African. I don't really care about that. But if you define what I am, it has Pan-African roots. I believe that it takes us to overcome all the things that we find that are oppressing us. It's going to take us to do it together. And that's the way God made it to be. So we're going to talk ish. We're going to throw insults. We're going to play around. We're going to do all that on social media back and forth. But know that it's all love between us. I don't love one more than the other. Blacks or Africans, they're all the same to me. All my people. So, like I said, no one is better than the other. We all have our flaws. We all have our shortcomings. It's about how to put it together and get this thing moving finally. All right, let's not focus on the ones who ain't with us. Let's focus on the ones that are with us. And they outnumber the ones who ain't. All right, it's just about connecting with the continent and getting this thing started properly. If I'm called to do that, then so be it. If someone else, so be it. I just want to see it happen. Not for my sake so much, but for my children and their children's children. All right, guys. I'm out. Had a good night. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, peace out. All love.